Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Wednesday afternoon. Welcome into this, another edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Jeremy Jeffcoat. We'll be with you for the next hour, as always, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. We appreciate all of you out there being with us today. As always, got a lot to talk about. We'll get to as much as we can throughout the show today, but we'd love to hear from you. Love to get your thoughts on everything going on. Hugh Freeze, the new head football coach at Auburn University, putting his staff together still. No official word on a offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator, although a lot of people, I think, believe that Wesley McGriff will be that co-defensive coordinator. We'll see. At least that's what it's got on his Twitter page or Facebook page or something. But he is going to be a part of the staff. He has been a part of the staff under Kevin Steele several years ago, did a great job as far as recruiting in the secondary is concerned. So we know a lot of the pieces of the puzzle. It seems like a little odd that maybe Auburn's doing it backwards. Normally, you hire the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator and then put the staff kind of together. We're putting the staff together, and then these are going to be the last two hires, it appears. So I don't know. It just seems a little odd, but nonetheless.
Yeah, a lot of times you would expect your coordinators to have some input on the position coaches on their respective side of the ball. But Yep.
But, I mean, I think, when you got an offensive coach that calls the plays, the offensive coordinator may not be that big of a deal. The defensive coordinator, however, he's the kind of guy that just, much like Gus Malzahn, says, look, this is your deal. You handle it. You're the head coach as far as the defense is concerned. So that's a pretty big deal and a pretty big hire out there. So that still remains to be seen what will happen with that. Who do you think? Who would you like to see fill that role? 256-234-6221. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind. The college football playoff is set. We will talk about that. We talked about that leading up to this. Talked about that last week. TCU, we knew they were vulnerable to Kansas State. That was going to be a very good game. It turned out Kansas State wins that game in overtime, and you flatly said TCU will still be in.
Yeah.
And you were correct.
Yeah. They were in that position. I mean, they finished 12-0, and it was a game that I think everybody kind of knew could be tight. And so I didn't think they were going anywhere.
And Ohio State, replace it. We thought that, Utah, again, USC was kind of vulnerable. I didn't see – I wonder what would have happened if you have a 100% healthy Caleb Williams, because he certainly was not the same for most of that game. But Utah, tough, man. They are a good football team, and I think that was rightly so that Ohio State ends up. You got any problem with them going in over USC?
No.
Okay.
I think the top four is where it was headed all along. No. So.
And I was talking to somebody, I think yesterday or the other day. I think the big loser is probably Georgia, because they got to face Ohio State.
That's a tough matchup for Georgia in the first round. If there's anything about it that you want to say was unfair to somebody one way or the other, Georgia should be getting TCU in the first round. And of course, we all know that the committee did not want an Ohio State-Michigan rematch in the semifinals, even though a representative of the committee on ESPN last weekend said they never discussed that. That's a lie.
It never came up.
Just don't. As an old friend used to say, "Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's right."
But a rematch, Ohio State, Michigan.
We never even considered.
What are you talking about?
Did they play already?
Yeah. How'd that one come out? Anyway, but we'll talk about that. Maybe look at some SEC bowl games if we have time. Some interesting matchups, some fun matchups. I think Kansas and Arkansas. I think that's a great, very interesting matchup.
Yeah.
May kind of go under the radar because they're not two great teams this year, but I think that could be one of those bowl games that turns out to be a lot of fun. So the Auburn roster, this is one of the things. Let's open with this today, and I'd love to get your feedback on that. Comment away or give us a call. Some more guys entering the portal. Dazzlin Worsham, a transfer from Miami. This is the thing that I don't understand, and I'm not quite sure on how this works. But okay, Worsham transferred from Miami to Auburn last year.
Okay.
Jordan Ingram transferred from Central Michigan to Auburn last year.
Okay.
They're both in the portal now seeking to transfer elsewhere. It's my understanding you only get one penalty-free transfer.
I mean, J.T. Daniels is in the portal for like the 5th time.
Now, but he is a graduate transfer. There's a difference between that and the normal portal-type transfer.
I don't know of this limit that you're talking. I haven't heard of anything about it.
No, I mean,
I really haven't.
That is literally the rule. I mean, I am 100% sure that is the rule, that it's only one penalty-free transfer in the transfer portal. But yet it seems like people just transfer willy-nilly, and they go multiple times.
I mean, I didn't even know that was a rule.
Unless they have changed that rule, I believe that's still the rule. But apparently it's like so many other things in college football. It's an established rule, but nobody pays any attention to it or obeys it. I guess it's like the speed limit. Who knows? But okay, so Marquise Robinson, a guy that entered, defensive tackle that entered the transfer portal last year and then removed his name, came back to Auburn. He's back in the portal, so he's very familiar with the portal as well. Zach Calzada, Joko Willis also in the portal. Now, the thing about the guys from Auburn entering the transfer portal, none of them, I mean, J.J. Evans I'm not even sure he ever caught a pass. He may have caught one or two. Keandre Jones, he did play some on the offensive line, and there is some possibility that he may end up coming back to Auburn. But he did actually play some. Zykevious Walker got some quality time on the defensive line, although he was not a starter. Outside of that, nobody else on this list has hardly even played at all. And so those guys are the kind of guys that you would expect to end up leaving, and they're really not going to, other than warm bodies and being on the just for the practice squad for that matter, won't really hurt anything. But so now when you look at the roster, Auburn right now, let's assume Tank Bigsby leaves and goes in the NFL draft. Not sure that will happen, but he hasn't said anything officially. But let's assume that he does. Let's assume that TJ Finley ends up leaving as well. I think that ends up with about 25 guys that would be on the offense going into spring and 25 defensive guys. So you're only talking about maybe 53, 54 guys on scholarship guys on the roster. You got a lot of room to fill.
Yep.
When you look, JJ, at Auburn this past year, Robbie Ashford at quarterback. Does Auburn need to go out and get a quarterback from the portal?
I think they'll be looking.
Do they need to? Is it imperative that they?
I don't think it's like, they have to get a quarterback off the portal. I don't think it's that.
You think Robbie Ashford can be a successful SEC quarterback?
I mean, I think he kind of he fits a little bit of, the Hugh Freeze style.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, is he that different than Malik Willis? But obviously, if there's a quarterback out there that's interested in coming to Auburn, that's in the portal, they'll take him. You need competition at that position.
If for nothing else, you'll only have Ashford and Garner, and I mean, I'm assuming Sawyer Pate will still be around. I mean, he's not a walk-on. You have a couple of walk-ons, but you'll probably need at least one more guy because you'd like to have three guys at least competing for the job.
Yep.
So there's that. Now that, again, I don't know if TJ Finley is absolutely gone, but it's thought that he probably will. Tank Bigsby leaves, so you got Jarquez Hunter, you got Sean Jackson, you got Damari Austin, and you got Jeremiah Cobb coming in from Montgomery Catholic. You think those 4 guys you satisfied?
I would have one more just for depth reasons.
Just for that.
Yep.
All right. Wide receiver. This is the biggest position group you got coming back. You got 8 guys in there. You're already, I think, you've got an offer out for Ra Thomas, who was at Mississippi State last year. So you're only going to bring in 1 probably receiver in this group, I would say.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
Okay. Tight ends, Luke Dill, Jake Fromm, Brandon Frazier. You got the freshman last year, Riley Ducker, and you've got an offer out for Florida International tight end that I think you feel pretty good about, Mr. Fairweather. And hopefully that name's not ironic, but so tight end you feel pretty good about as well. Offensive line, that's the biggest one.
You need 5.
You need 5 guys from the portal.
No, 5 guys. They can be recruited high school freshmen.
Okay.
They can be portal, but you need 5.
I'm thinking you need at least probably 3 or 4 from the portal. Just that can come in and play right away.
Right.
Or either you got a 5-star
But
offensive.
that's the qualifying thing, right? It's not like there's guys in the portal, I choose him, and him. They have to agree to come too, right?
That's a big part of it.
I'm saying you need 5 offensive linemen coming in, whether that's 3 freshmen, 2 from the portal, however that mix is, the best mix you can get on it.
Yeah, they better be good either way.
Well, they need to at least be a body that can get in front of somebody.
We got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Weiss with Weiss Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Weiss Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Weiss Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Weiss Motors.
Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe, wickedly delicious. Relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours, Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
Concrete Basement and Walls LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls LLC.
No monthly payments until springtime at Glenn Smith in Opelika. How about a brand new Chevrolet Buick or GMC with no payments till springtime? New Chevy Equinox as low as $359 a month. New Buick Enclaves up to $4,000 off. New GMC Terrains up to $5,000 off.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way at Glenn Smith and Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. You can always catch us right here on WOTM or WAXC TV. We are here on your Spectrum cable dial Monday through Friday, 12 to 1 each and every weekday. Also, you can dial us up on the Sportz Blitz Facebook page. That's Sports with a Z. And comment away. We are brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro. The Eric McKinley team, saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgages. If you're looking to refinance or if you're looking for a home loan, they are closing loans in about 15 days. So it's an award-winning company located right here in Alexander City, but they service the entire state of Alabama. Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. 256-397-0248. 256-397-0248. Got some comments coming through. Get some of those. Ty says, I would like to see Travis Williams as the DC. He is at Central Florida now as a co-DC with Gibbs, I believe. How many players does Auburn get in the portal? That's a good question. We were talking about, you're talking about filling your roster. Right now you've got, I think, 11 players in the recruiting class. I think you can sign because of the COVID issue and everything, and I think the revamping of that rule, you can replenish your roster a little bit so that 25 limit cap is not really hard. So, but how many can you get in the class versus the portal if you're going to need? If you got 50, let's go to 53. You've got 32 available to get to 85. So. Maybe you get 22 from the class and 10 from the portal, or maybe 15 from the portal. I think you can get as many as you can get if they're quality players.
Well, I would agree. You're going to have to assess need, right? It's not like I said. You're not going to build a successful program by going, let me go get 20 guys out of the portal. Yeah, it's just not going to.
No.
It's not, you have to be, you use good judgment in terms of the guys you bring in, filling a need then, right? Not just bringing them in to occupy a roster spot. If you're going to do that, do it with an 18-year-old.
This is basically, the portal, the greatest asset the portal can be is to jumpstart a rebuild. Mm-hmm. That's what you want to do, essentially. You don't want to, like you said, you don't want to live off of it. And you can't do that, but it can help you jumpstart this rebuild at Auburn, and I think that's what they're looking to do. We'll see. Daniel's from USC to Georgia to West Virginia to be determined.
Georgia? Back to Georgia?
No. I think he's just saying from USC to Georgia to West Virginia to it's to be determined wherever he goes from there.
Yeah.
Nathan says the portal rules grant players a one-time waiver to transfer without penalty and with immediate eligibility. It has opened the floodgates of player movement. 1,695 players entered the portal in the 2019-2020 cycle. That number has increased to 3,085 in 21-22. Now, that's across the board. I think that's including FCS, Division II, and Division III.
And that's the thing, like.
But 3,000 players.
I'm a third-year backup tight end at Forsyth College and, whatever. Yeah.
The sad thing is, though, I mean, I think it's like 11. What did I think? Luke said 1,100 or something are in the Division I, and only 20, something percent of those are going actually end up with a scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what?
But it's no different than kids that were leaving or being dismissed before. So, I mean, you enter the transfer portal is the same thing as, if a kid's been on your campus 3 or 4 years and you need that spot to fill your recruiting class, you just gently don't renew the scholarship. There's a reason scholarships are renewable every year.
Yeah. It ends up, that's kind of a tough way, but nobody likes to talk about that. Ty says, I wish Auburn would get Austin Reed. I think, is that the NC State quarterback? Am I right? Austin Reed?
I think so.
I think that's right. That would be interesting. We'll see. John says there are many that go into the portal that are not selected and end up completely out of football. That is true. And again, this is a life lesson. You want the players wanted the power. They wanted the same power as the coach to go into to have the ability to leave and whenever they chose and to determine their own future, this and that. Well, but with that comes consequences.
Well, but again, how many of those players would have been out anyway? And that's my question, right? It's not like, you had it made because you were on scholarship. No, I was running fourth string, and me and the position coach didn't get along, and they were about to yank my scholarship anyway.
Yeah.
Right? So you enter the portal hoping that somebody else takes a chance. Either way, you're out of football if you don't get selected.
Are all scholarships 1-year deals?
They're all 1-year renewable.
Okay. No. That's you're going. It's a business, and you sometimes get processed out. That's
There's
the way
no
it works.
question.
All right, going back to the Auburn roster, look at the defensive side. The defensive line for Auburn next year, you're losing Derek Hall, who's officially entered the NFL draft. Colby Wooden, same thing. Iku Leota, Marcus Bragg, and Marquise Burks. And I think Morris Joseph, he was a 1-year rental. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that is a lot to lose off the defensive line. Coming back, think about Marcus Harris, who got a lot of playing time. I hope he comes back. There's still a chance he could go, but I think he comes back. But Jason Jones, the transfer from Oregon, Jeffrey Imba, those two guys got playing time more and more as the season went along. But they have limited experience. Enos Sledge has hardly any experience, and Tobechi Okoli doesn't have hardly any. And then you throw in Dylan Brooks, the only edge rusher basically coming back. Defensive line's got to be hit in the portal and in the recruiting class just as hard as the offensive line.
No question.
Auburn's, look, Hugh Freeze has got his work cut out for him. Let's just say that. This rebuild is not going to be overnight for the Auburn Tigers. The transfer portal can help, but I don't expect Auburn to be a national title contender next year. Let's just say that. Up against a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, their compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new, convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's program. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center. They got 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. It is the holiday season. I'm sure you can find a great, wonderful gift if you're looking for something for your loved one. They got a little bit of everything there at Russell Do-It Center. Go and check them out. You'll be glad that you did. Looking at the matchups for the college football playoff, TCU and Michigan. Michigan, I was a little surprised at how much trouble they had with Purdue, who likes to throw the ball. TCU likes to throw the ball as well. This could be, how do you feel about this matchup?
I think Michigan will just out-physical them.
Really?
Yeah.
See, this Michigan team, they are a kind of guy. They have struggled. They struggled with Rutgers if I remember right, they struggled with quite a few teams in the first half. But they're the kind of team, like you said, very physical. They just kind of lean on you. And that offensive line in the second half of games takes control.
They're going to remind you a lot of Georgia. They're built a lot like Georgia, right? They run downhill. They, physical running game. Defense is big, strong, physical. So they're going to remind you a lot.
They've been doing this without their number one running back too.
That's right.
Beating Ohio State, beating Purdue. So, how many times have I said, Auburn, they lose one of their better players like a Kerryon Johnson, and the team just completely looks different. Well, Michigan looks, we not lose one guy, we just plug another guy in.
Georgia has the much tougher first-round matchup, in my opinion, because, look, up until the last 2 weeks of the season, Ohio State looked like they might be the best team in football.
It's true.
And they're capable of that again.
What's chances you give Ohio State for pulling an upset?
1 in 3.
Okay. 33% chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's better than I would give just about anybody else.
I think, that's probably right. Looking at some of these other bowl games, Florida and Oregon State, Las Vegas Bowl. That one's early, December 17th.
Anthony Richardson is declaring for the draft.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Is he an NFL quarterback?
Apparently, there are some teams that are very, very interested. Here's what happens. NFL's a copycat league, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of teams right now that are watching Jalen Hurts and going, this guy's about to win an NFL MVP. We can get a guy like that, right? San Francisco already fell into that trap with the Trey Lance thing, right? Cost themselves, 3 first-round picks or something to move up and get a guy that's never going to start there. But, you see a Mahomes and his ability to run. And you see a Jalen Hurts. And, if it's 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 for Philadelphia, Jalen Hurts is running the ball, and he's getting the first down 9 times out of 10.
I will be the first to say, I looked at Jaden, I think everybody else was in agreement. We looked at Jalen Hurts in college and said, great, really good college quarterback, never going to play in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like you said, now he's an MVP.
Yeah.
Or he's headed that way. So, and that's interesting how that happens.
That game the other night, he had, 380 yards passing, 2 passing touchdowns, a rushing touchdown, no turnovers.
Yeah.
He's just he's got 7 touchdowns and no turnovers his last 2 games.
That's pretty good from what I understand.
Yeah.
Gasparilla Bowl on December the 23rd.
What exactly is Gasparilla?
I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know. Is it a flower? Nobody knows.
I don't know.
Wake Forest and Missouri.
I thought that was a sarsaparilla, or is that a drink?
I think sarsaparilla is like root beer.
I got you.
Okay. That could be a very entertaining game. Wake Forest and Missouri. Liberty. I mentioned the Liberty Bowl on December 28th. Kansas and Arkansas. A rejuvenated Kansas squad. Kind of on the way up. Arkansas. I think Drew Sanders is already declared for the draft. Probably won't play in that bowl game.
Yep.
The Texas Bowl, Texas Tech and Ole Miss. A shootout type game.
That's one that Lane Kiffin really needs to win. Got on that bad run there at the end of the year. The schedule turned on them too. They had a pretty light schedule first half of the year. But
losing the Egg Bowl didn't help.
Yeah, so you get on one of those losing streaks, you really need to turn that around in the bowl game.
The Texas Bowl, we mentioned that. Okay, December 30th, the Gator Bowl, Notre Dame and South Carolina.
That's a good matchup.
How about that? South Carolina having a very good end close to their season, beating Clemson on the road. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame started off, if I recall, 0-3.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so. Or 0, yeah. Either 0-2 or 0-3. I can't remember. Dating back to they said that he was the first coach to open his Notre Dame career 0-3, but one of them was dating back to the last year. They lose to USC to end the season, but they had really kind of, circled the wagons a little bit and were playing a lot better. Tennessee and Clemson. No Hendon Hooker.
Yeah, boy, if Hendon Hooker was playing this game, it'd get out of hand really fast.
Yeah, I was going to say. But if Klubnik plays all year, where is Clemson? Are they
Haven't
in the
seen
playoffs?
enough of them. No.
You don't think so?
No. I think they've got other problems. Look, they've got coaching issues right now. They lost their 2 coordinators last year.
Yeah.
2 really good ones who have been there a very long time.
True.
So I think they've got some issues with identity right now, relating primarily to needing to make sure the coordinators, everybody's on the same page. But that being said, DJ Uiagalelei
in the portal
is in the portal now.
Who wants?
Would he fit a Hugh Freeze offense?
Technically,
and then he would have to say Uiagalelei every day on the show.
Yeah, technically he probably does, but I don't think he's coming to Auburn. But
there were people at Liberty that said, "Why are we signing this backup at Auburn?"
Man, that's true.
When Malik Willis went over there, so
that's true, and it worked out well for Malik.
It
worked out well for Liberty. So I have been wrong in the past on.
I would say DJ would be an interesting candidate out of the portal for Auburn in that offense.
It would be interesting to see if Freeze, if he is truly a quarterback whisperer, then clearly he's got some tools.
Yeah.
He just
look, the question is here's the thing. Who's the best quarterback in the country this year? I don't know. Name whoever it is, right? Bryce Young's not sitting there in the portal. Okay? So if you're going into the portal, you're not pulling an All-American out of there. You're going to have to pull somebody with some tools and make them the best player you can.
True.
There's no All-American sitting there in the portal.
Nobody thought that Nick Marshall was going to be
right.
A great
But that's what I'm saying, though. Joe Montana's not sitting there in the portal to come right to the rescue.
Yeah.
You're going to have to take somebody who's had some struggles. Now, obviously, that's why they're in the portal, right? And make something out of them.
Up against another break. We'll be back with more right after this.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
At CNT Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
Country Clipper zero-turn mowers are designed for comfort, accessibility, and ease of use. Only Country Clipper offers your choice of steering options with industry-exclusive joystick steering or twin lever steering. Their patented stand-up deck, standard on every model, allows for quick access to the underside of the deck for routine maintenance. With a wide front step and optional handrail, getting on or off your mower has never been easier. Stop by Fun Carts of Opelika today for a test drive. Country Clipper mowers, designed for you. Fun Carts of Opelika, located at 618 Lee Road, 113 in Opelika, Alabama.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River Region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker, Brubaker, Brubaker.
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Only a couple of more segments left in today's show, brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate for all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area as well as down there on the coast. Give them a call today, 551-BIG-FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. Jim chimes into the conversation. He says, if I gave you 15 portal scholarships to go shopping, how would you spend them? Example, 1 QB, 1 running back, so-and-so, how many for each position if you had 15 scholarships to go to the portal? I think we already said, 5 offensive linemen.
I would go 3.
Okay.
3 offensive, because you still got your recruiting class too, right?
Yeah.
And then it's not all you're going to get. It's
right.
just the portal. So I'd go 3 O-line, probably go quarterback. I would probably go another 3 defensive linemen.
Yeah. So you got 8 left.
So I still got 8 left, yeah. I'd play around with that. Maybe a tight end, maybe a running back, maybe an edge rusher.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going probably 4 offensive linemen. I'd probably go 5 defensive linemen. That's including edge rushers. Mm-hmm. So, 3-2, 2-3, however you get that to work out. So that'd be 9. I'd take a quarterback 10. I would take, if Bigsby leaves, I might get a running back for 11. Get 1 receiver, 12. 1 tight end, 13. And I'd go get maybe 2 linebackers and get 15. Because that'd probably be the way I would break it up.
Yeah.
I feel good about the secondary, especially if DJ James comes back. If DJ James leaves, then I might take 1 defensive back and steal from maybe 1 linebacker and 1 defensive back or something. But defensive line and offensive line, that's the one I'm hitting the heaviest. That's the biggest needs for Auburn. I'd get as many really good players as I could. And quite honestly, you just need some warm bodies on the offensive line.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure we got enough to have a 2-deep practice at this point. So we will see about that. Good question, though.
Remember this. LSU last spring had 39 scholarship players. They couldn't have a spring game. They didn't have enough scholarship players.
Right.
So keep that in mind. It's you can fill out that roster.
Yeah. Got to have a good recruiting class too. That's going to be big, as we've mentioned. Looking back at the bowls, the Sugar Bowl, Alabama and Kansas State. What do you think about that?
I think it's an interesting one.
11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. We'll see how motivated this Alabama team is. I mean, obviously, I don't think Bryce Young's going to play. I don't think Will Anderson's going to play. I don't think Deion Branch's going to play. You got some guys who'll opt out. I don't blame them. So those guys that are there that are trying to put something on film, whether it's for next year or whatever, how motivated are they going to be? And that'll be the key. If they're motivated, well, they should beat Kansas State.
Kansas State will be motivated.
Yeah.
No
Kansas
question.
State's going to be fired up to play. If Alabama's motivated, they should still win. I think they'll probably be 4 or 5 point favorites, and take it from there.
Iowa and Kentucky in the Music City Bowl.
Boy, Kentucky could use a win here, couldn't they?
Yeah. This may be, Kentucky should win this game.
Here's what I know.
Iowa cannot score.
Will Levis is going to throw for 2 touchdowns and an interception. Probably get sacked 3 or 4 times, and then we're going to hear for 3 days how he's the best quarterback prospect in the draft.
What if he opts out?
I don't understand that.
He may opt out.
People already, hadn't done anything all year, and people still think he's the best quarterback in the draft. So why not opt out? It's like you can only hurt yourself.
I guess so. Mississippi State and Illinois. What's this I hear about Mike Leach may retire? Is that a rumor going around?
Had not heard it.
Mississippi State and Illinois. You got the Burt at Illinois has done a great job. Got them actually. They very well could have played Michigan.
He fits the Big Ten really well.
He does. I think that's probably a good hire. And then LSU and Purdue.
LSU, again, are they going to be motivated to play? Who's opting out? Who's not? If they're motivated to play, LSU should win that game pretty easily.
I would think so.
Yeah.
This. I'm not sure this will be like a Purdue-Auburn game a few years ago, but LSU should win that game. No question about that whatsoever. We got a lot of – we did this a little bit the other day. We'll run down some of these quickly. Grade the hire, JJ. Grade the hire. Auburn hires Hugh Freeze. You gave it I
gave it a B.
A B. Wanted to give it an A-.
Well, I wanted to give it a B+.
Wanted to give it a B+.
I wanted to give it a B+, but as I told you before, I left it at a B because when you have to hire a crisis management person on the hire, I leave it at a B.
That's fair. Wisconsin hires Luke Fickell.
That's the only A hire I think in this entire cycle.
Okay.
I give that one an A-. But I mean, it's a good. It's not Lincoln Riley going to USC, right? But it's a good hire.
Nebraska, Matt Rule.
Yeah, I give that one like a B+. For where Nebraska is, I think it was a good get.
Colorado and Deion Sanders.
No idea. I'm going to give that an I.
An I, incomplete.
I'm going to give that an incomplete because, again, I know he'll upgrade their talent level, but everybody in the Pac-12's got talent. Can you coach? That is the question.
Cincinnati and Scott Satterfield. Got to be a C, right?
Yeah.
It's 25.
Guys about to get run out of Louisville anyway, so.
All right, we got to take another break. Don't go anywhere. One final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Wednesday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Always good to hear from you. 256-234-6221. Give us a call each and every day. The phone lines are open throughout the show, Monday through Friday. It is December the 7th, a very familiar day. All
Pearl
the way
Harbor
around.
Day.
A day that will live in infamy. The Imperial Japanese Navy attacks Pearl Harbor. 353 planes flying across. That must have been an unbelievable sight.
Arguably the second greatest military misstep outside of Hitler deciding to invade Russia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
if you're gonna pick a fight,
yeah,
you better be. You better understand who you're picking a fight.
and you know, and somehow or the other, Hirohito had convinced himself that if he just did this attack, then the U.S. would go, oh, we better stay out of this war.
Yeah.
What? You know.
Well,
not great thinking.
2,403 Americans were killed that day, and again, a day that will certainly live in infamy for sure. 1985, not coincidentally, no correlation here. 1985, Bo Jackson wins the Heisman Trophy.
Yep.
Remember it well. Bo
was one of the closest in history, right?
It was.
At the time, it was the closest.
It was as well. You remember who
Chuck
was?
Long.
Chuck
right?
Long from
Yeah.
Iowa.
Yeah.
Of all places. Yeah. 2013, the 22nd SEC title game. Auburn defeated Missouri, as my grandmother would say, 59-42. Auburn would go on to play Florida State in the national championship game, and I turned it off before it ended. How did that come out?
Yeah,
it was
didn't work
going
out.
our way, but anyway. Well, we'll see. Happy birthday today, on this day, Eli Wallach, Tuco, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Gotcha.
As well as Magnificent Seven. He was in quite a few films in his illustrious. Lived to be 99 years old.
Wow.
Eli Wallach. The great Ted Knight. born on this day, Judge Schmales.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I've sentenced boys younger than you to the gas chamber. Didn't want to. Felt I owed it to them. Oh, the great Ted Knight in Caddyshack. It's just he and Rodney Dangerfield going back and forth. That's as good as it gets with comedy for me. Also, Too Close for Comfort. Do you remember that show?
No.
Ellen Burstyn.
I know the name, but I don't know
The
who she is.
Exorcist. She was the mother.
She was the mother. Okay, yeah.
Actress, 1913. She's still kicking, by the way. Harry Chapin.
Cat's in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon.
Little Boy Blue and The Man on the Moon.
Get your go to Spotify or whatever. Get Harry Chapin's greatest hits because it's phenomenal.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Greatest hits.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The great Johnny Bench, born on this day, 1947. Long time considered the greatest catcher in Major League history. He's still in the conversation. Maybe Ivan Rodriguez, would you say?
Maybe Pudge,
maybe not? I don't know. What about, where does Cardinals catcher?
Right up there.
He's up there in the
right
conversation
up there,
as well.
yeah.
I can't remember his name, but he's so famous I can't remember his name at the moment. Tom Waits.
Yeah, written a lot of stuff.
Songwriter.
Old song called Driving Wheel. It's really cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of acting as well. The great Larry Bird.
People forget how great a player Larry Bird was. They really did. And I think the further we get away from Bird's retirement, the more people now are starting to appreciate how truly great a player. The guy scored 50 points left-handed in a game. No reason. Think about this. Professional basketball game with a game on the line, decided he was going to play the entire game left-handed just because he wanted to. He made every shot left-handed. He dribbled left-handed. He played the whole game left-handed and scored 50-some-odd points.
Go on YouTube and look up, Larry Bird stories from other NBA players. It is hilarious. Sean Kemp, I mean, he said, that he's talking about when they had a playoff game. And he said he was a rookie, and he had won the dunk contest or something, and he said, I went up and I was going to go up. He said, yeah, he dropped 40 on me in the first half.
Well, my favorite Bird was against the Falcons when he scored the 63, and he was so hot in that game, literally could not miss a shot. And by late in the game, the Falcons players were cheering for him.
Yeah.
The Hawks players, I'm sorry, were cheering for him on the bench. Like, there's this guy, he hits this turnaround fall-away three with a man in his face. Doesn't even look at the bat. There's no way he saw the rim. He just throws it up, and you see the Hawks players doing this, and then, it goes in, and they're just falling all over each other. I mean, like I said, easy to forget how great a player that guy
66
was.
years old, Larry Bird today. Ravishing Rick Rude.
Yeah.
Left this earth too soon. 1999. C. Thomas Howell.
C. Thomas Howell. He's in a lot of 80s movies.
He's in a lot of 80s. Maybe in the most, what we would call in 2022, maybe the most inappropriate movie of all time, Soul Man.
Yeah, I do remember Soul Man.
I do. I went and saw that. I mean, at the time it seemed hilarious, kind of funny. But a white guy that takes tanning pills to look black to go so he can get into Harvard.
Also in Red Dawn.
And which is a 1984 great movie.
Yeah.
Red Dawn. Wolverines. How about Tino the Bambino, Tino Martinez, on those great Yankee teams? Terrell Owens, Ellick City's own, T.O., born on this day. He is in 1973. And Luke Donald, who's a golfer that probably nobody knows. English golfer, good. I'm sure he's rich.
Yeah.
That's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. He is JJ. I'm Andy. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.